Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 26 of the Little Bee podcast. My name's Kirsty, and I am the host of this podcast. For anyone that's coming back, HI. For anyone that's coming back to the podcast, thank you so much for continuing to watch. For anyone that's new to the podcast, I hope you like what you see. From what I've heard, apparently I'm quite blunt. Thanks, John, for that one. I think that's a compliment. I'm pretty much straight to the point. If you can't tell from the accent, I'm from Scotland. I'm from the west coast, so I'm quite close to Glasgow. Compared to the other Scottish clan that mostly, apart from Charlotte, are all on the east coast. So they have a totally different accent from me. So I hope you can understand what I'm saying. And we're just going to jump straight in. I have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. I don't have that much to show off in the way of finished objects, work in progress, blah blah blah. But we will get to it as we go. As per my usual way of doing things, I have no show notes. I am going to completely wing it. Basically, I've been putting off this podcast now for I think it's about 5 weeks since my last podcast, and for no other reason than life got in the way again. As you can imagine, there's been two horrible attacks in the UK within just over 2 weeks, just over 1 week of each other. We had the attack in Manchester at the Ariana Grande concert, and then I woke up this morning to find out about the attack in London. So that got in the way. I got 2 teeth out on Tuesday, so that got in the way. My other half changed his job, so that got in the way. Unfortunately, we've had a family tragedy. I don't know. Someone in the family's passed away, so that's affected me. And then just everything else, really. I'm not going to get into too much, but for anyone that's a regular viewer, you'll know I have a few different health conditions, and they got in the way quite considerably. So here I am, 6 weeks after the last podcast, and we are just going to jump straight in. And we're going to talk about what's been going on. We're going to talk about what I've been working on. I'm going to sit and knit as I do this podcast. Hopefully, unlike the last time I've knitted on a podcast, I am not going to mess up. So, I have one finished object to show you guys today, and I am so ridiculously proud of it. And I can't say too much about it. I have been sworn to utmost secrecy, and that is basically because you will find out at a later date what's going on. So I was asked by somebody to design a pattern. Now, for me, I don't have a bother with the designing part. I think I'm pretty good at that part. I can design anything I want. I like the freedom that designing something gives me. But when it comes to writing the pattern down and making it slightly coherent and making it so that other people can understand what I'm trying to say has been a bit of a struggle, I think is the best way to put it. So for me, I like being creative, and writing stuff down doesn't always go to plan. I think I've dropped a stitch already. Not a good sign when you've just cast on. So originally I was going to design a cowl, and then between actually starting the design of the cowl, I actually designed a pair of mittens that I couldn't for the life of me get this design out of my head. So I just went ahead with it. I made the mittens and then I wrote the pattern. So, and then I showed it to the person just in passing. I was just like, hey, look, what do you think? And then all of a sudden it was just like, I want your mitten pattern. So the cowl idea went out the window. For now, I might go back to it and work on that. And instead I worked on these mittens, and I've been working pretty much. Okay, now I have messed up. What have I done? Oh, that's what I've done. I split my stitch. So I've pretty much been working on these mittens religiously and trying to get the pattern written up, working from my very incoherent notes, like illegible. Is that the right word? My scribbles. Let's just go with my scribbles. I've been working from the scribbles that I had, my hand-drawn charts, and so on and so forth. So instead of kind of pushing that off so I can finish a row, I will just show you what I've been working on. And these are them. Yes, the thumbs are different, and that is a design element that I'm going with. If anyone thinks it's a mistake, then that's up to you. Here's a close-up. And these are stranded colour work mittens. They are worked with two 25-gram balls, so you can make these out of 50 grams. And basically, when the time is right, I will explain to you why this pattern has been designed, what it's for, and where it's going to be for you to get your hands on it. So yeah, that has been my ultimate labour of love. I loved knitting these. I absolutely loved the challenge for writing them. I got some software specifically designed for designing patterns, and it really helped so much. I think I might have screamed and thrown my laptop out the window if I hadn't bought this software. So yeah, that is my only finished object. I have 3 works in progress to show off. I have a whole bunch more, but some of it's not received any love, and some of it has just taken a backseat completely. So, as anyone that knits socks knows, once you cast off, you must cast on. So here is my cast on. So these are, I went back to my 2 at a time because I don't like, I'm not really good at remembering how many rows I've done. So one of my last pair was longer on the body of the foot, like the foot of the foot. So I'd done more stitches in this part because I do 2 up. So I've done more stitches on this one on one foot and not on the other. So if I do 2 up, I can't really get my stitches wrong. So I am finally doing my first ever contrasting heels, toes and cuff. So at the moment you can see that my toe is slightly different. It's a very luminousy, greeny, yellow, chartreusey colour. I love it. And I am working with the West Yorkshire Spinners wool. Colour is not coming up too fabulous on my camcorder. That's the best we're going to get it. So there's some green, there's some yellow, there's some like golden yellow, purple, lilac. My cake's totally coming out. I don't know what's going on here because it's just been living in my project bag. So yeah, I work from one ball, so I got 2 ends. It does get a little bit confusing and a little bit tangled, but you live with it. So yeah, this is my progress. They could be ears, little bunny ears. I dropped my ball. Hang on. So yeah, first work in progress. I take these kind of everywhere now. They're in my bag at all times. Makes life a wee bit more fun. My second work in progress is going to be a very, very ongoing thing. It's my square blanket. So this is actually a really nice kind of reddy brown. And it's got my wee stitch marker on it. My wee bee. Wee bee for little bee. So yeah, I'm just making a whole bunch of these. I'm not doing what everyone else does, which is drawing them up and knit one big blanket at one time. I'm making mine square by square. I'm doing so this is 64 stitches and I'm doing one that's only 32 stitches, so it's half the size. Well, more like a quarter, so it'll come to about here. And I'm literally just knitting them up, casting them off, put them in a bag, and eventually when I think I've got enough, I'm going to start putting them together. So I'm going to do like 4 squares to start, and then I'm going to crochet, and then I'm going to put more squares, and then I'm going to crochet again, and so on and so forth until I have my blanket. So it's going to be very scrappy. It's actually made out of DK weight. I have no, what's the word I'm looking for? At the moment, I have no intentions of putting in anything heavier or lighter, so no 4-ply, no chunky. I'm literally just sticking with DK because I have a few balls of DK put aside for this project alone. When it comes to adding the crochet, I then might go on to Aran weight yarn because I just happen to have some, and just kind of chop and change really. But at the moment, it is all DK weight, and I'm really enjoying it. The 64 stitches don't knit up as quick as you would expect. The 32 stitch square actually knits up remarkably fast. So it's a bit of a labour of love, I'm not going to lie, to get the 64 done. But I don't want the smaller ones, I quite like the larger ones. So yeah, that's my second work in progress. This is going to be a relatively short podcast because I'm sitting in the craft room. My mum's off work today because she's got a migraine, and this is her room. So I can hear her wanting to get back into her knitting chair, which is there, which actually has the wee man, which is Socks, in it, currently snoring his head off. So for anyone that has been a regular viewer of the podcast, you will know that one of my knitolutions was to make a jumper. And I decided for the pullover version, so no buttons, and I went with the $5 in Paris pattern. Now this is still a work in progress, but I'm so ridiculously pleased with this. So here is the top part. As you can see, my sleeves are on cables because I've yet to even start working on the sleeves. But look, da, 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 da. The bottom is cast off. Doesn't look very neat at the moment. I don't really know why. I guess it's just because it's been sitting in my bag. Let's see if I can show. So I done the Jenny's Surprisingly Stretchy Bind Off, which I am absolutely in love with this bind off method. I now use it on nearly everything. So I use it on my mittens, I use it on my hats, I use it on jumpers. I will use it on the sleeves of this jumper, and I love the whole stretchy bind on. So that was my bind on edge, and this is my bind off. I've tried it on. It's not only is it long enough, but it actually fits. So I'm more of a curvaceous person, and I was a wee bit worried that I hadn't picked the right size, and I didn't want to overly stretch the wool when I was knitting this. So to find out that I had actually managed to make it fit was actually quite surprising, I think would be the right word. I was very happy, but it was very surprising that it fitted. I'm not drinking normal tea today. I'm actually drinking, it's kind of like iced tea. So it's peach and chamomile, and it's green tea. You get this out of Aldi. It's really nice. I also have my bog standard usual iron brew. I can hear her walking around like she wants to come in, but she doesn't want to be on the podcast. Maybe one day, if you guys request enough, I'll be able to get my mum on the podcast. So I last showed this off when I was here, so that's a good length that I had done before I showed you, and then that's what I've done between the last time and now. And I say now, it's actually been about, it's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I even touched this. So I literally, after my last podcast, I literally just worked on this solid. I didn't really work on any other project. Not for any other reason than I really, really, really wanted to make a dent in this jumper. And I don't even know why. The weather has totally changed here in Scotland, and it's too warm to wear jumpers. But I'm ridiculously happy. I was in a wool shop earlier in the week, and I was already looking at other balls of iron to make my next jumper. So, which is ridiculous because I haven't even finished the sleeves. But I guess it's like socks. Once you've done one, you can't not do another one. So hopefully I'll get the sleeves finished, and then I'll have something to I'll actually have like a finished object to show off. And everything, well, my jumper is being kept in the lovely Perth Festival of Yarn 2016 bag. I hope there's going to be a Perth 2017 bag. Eva, is there? If there is, you know to put me down for one. So, those are my knitting works in progress finished object. I do have 2 spinning ones to show off, which I'm ridiculously happy about. Don't ask me what the content is because I now don't remember. What was this? This was Superwash Merino. The colours are not coming up fabulous, but I put the picture on my Instagram page. Should have started the podcast with where you can find me. Haha, I'm so out of practice. So yeah, this was the first one. I think this came out at about 300 metres, and I'd say it's about a 4-ply weight. And then this is just off my Niddy Noddy, but has been off the spinning wheel for about a week now. And a long time ago, I carded up a whole bunch of fibre with the intention of spinning it up whenever I wanted to. So it finally came to the point where I just spun up everything. So this is a mixture of pretty much every fibre you can possibly think of, including cotton, merino, blue fleece Leicester, stellina. I am pretty sure there's some sari silk in here. I'm pretty sure there's some alpaca in here, but mostly merino. So it's literally pretty much a mix of everything. There's no set weight. I'm going to go with a mix between 4-ply and DK. I definitely don't think it goes anywhere near chunky at any point. But yeah, it's pretty much everything with a mixture of every colour possible. And I literally filled the bobbin as much as I could, and then I Andean plied this, so there was absolutely no wastage whatsoever. Whereas I spun what I thought was half the braid on one bobbin and half the braid in another bobbin, and then I plied them together, and there was quite a lot of waste. So Andean plying is definitely the way forward. I actually have an Andean plying tool, which made the process a whole bunch easier, but I hadn't spun my single well enough in some places, and it just kept breaking. So I've had to knot it together a lot, which is unfortunate, but I wasn't going to waste it. So I'd rather knot it than waste it. I'm trying to see if I can even find a wee knot. Yeah, there's one right there. So right there is a knot that I've had to create in order to keep going to get a full skein. But hey ho, it needed to be done. So I'm going to pause really quickly and just count how many stitches I've got on what I'm working on, which is just another square. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to continue on. 2 seconds. I'm back. So yeah, I hadn't dropped a stitch like I thought I had in the first part of the video, which is always a good thing. So we're just going to go on to a wee bit of kind of like show and tell, or like stash inquisitions, whichever one you want to call it. We're going to have a bit of a blather as well, a bit of a natter, and basically just see what's been going on, who's been doing what. I'm going to announce a wee something something. That sounds dodgy. A wee something something that involves you guys. It involves getting something for free. It involves minis from a designer, from a yarn designer. And basically we're just going to have a wee bit of a blather. So yeah, I recently was in Glasgow and I went to the lovely Queen of Pearls, which is in Salt Market in Glasgow. I highly recommend it to anyone that's in the area, but I would check the opening times. I know they're not open, and I want to say it's a Monday they're not open and a Sunday. So check out the times if you're going to go along. And I was wandering around the shop, and then I was just like, I think I'm going to podcast this weekend, so let's ask if we can take some pictures of the shop. She was very kind and let me take some pictures, which I put on my Instagram if anyone's interested. I will put in the doobly-doo where you can find that, and I will say it at the end of the podcast. But I will also insert the pictures about now. And you can have a wee look at the shop, because the place is, it's a small shop, but you get a lot for the space in the shop. She does a whole bunch of wool. She stocks a Jameson and Smith, which I've not seen in a Glasgow store. Last time I seen the Jameson wool being stocked was in London, so it was really good to see. They've got opal, they've got their own hand dyed, they've got a whole bunch of fibre, and a whole bunch of lovely independent patterns, which were fantastic, and I totally rated them. So yeah, I'm going to show off some of the patterns that I got. I'm going to try and show off the best I can, because I did buy them. They're paid for patterns, and I don't want to give anything away. And I'm also going to show off the one wool acquisition I bought this week. Yes, only one. So let's not show it through Polly Pocket. So this is the first one. Now, for anyone that has a regular viewer, you know how much I love my colour work. So when I seen this pattern, I just had to get it, along with this one. Now, isn't that beautiful? It's made up of a whole bunch of different colours. Let's see how many colours it tells me. 1, 2, 3, 7. It's made up of 7 different colours. But I probably won't do the 7 to start with. I'll start with 2, and then I'll progress to steadily more colours. And that's just a personal preference. I may love colour work, but I'm still kind of new to it. And let's see if I can show this off yet. So this is the next one. Again, more colour work. I got this one, which is just a really, really gorgeous shawl. I should probably start showing off what these are. So this is the Bayat, which is by Carrie Westerman. These were the Gillian hat and mittens by also Carrie Westerman. This is the Stair Steps Tam, and this is by Sunset Cat Designs, which is Stephanie Talent. And these are the Peacock mitts, also by Stephanie Talent. Can't say names. Oh, 2 more. So this is the Albert, which is lovely. And who is the Albert done by? Are you going to tell me who created you? This is by Isolda. And then this is the Metra, which I love. I love this so much. This is like the different phases of the moon. And this is one of the Queen of Pearl's own. Sorry. Queen of Pearl, right there. Oh no, that was the only annotations. I can show that. So yeah, so this is for the Queen of Pearl himself. This lovely lady is the owner of the shop, or was at least working in it when I was there. Sorry. So yeah, those were the patterns I bought, and I only bought 1 ball of wool. I decided to support Queen of Pearls, and I bought their birthday scheme, or birthday ball. So this is it's a self-straping sock yarn, and it's called Citadel. It's 100 grams, 400 meters, and it is superwash blue faced Leicester, and it's lovely. If you go onto their Instagram page, Queen of Pearls, you will actually see a picture of some socks knitted up in this, and the self-striping is absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I decided to buy it and support my local yarn shop. and this is their badge. This is their company thing. What is this? Business card. I knew I'd get there. Yeah, so that was one bunch of acquisitions. I remember saying to you guys on the last podcast that I would show off what I bought at the knitting and stitching show. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my memory is a sieve, and most of what I bought at the knitting and stitching show was actually material related, and I can't be bothered showing off all that material. No offense. So yeah, I'm not going to bother to show that off. Instead, I'm actually going to show off some other acquisitions that have taken place within the last 5 weeks or more, because I may not have shown them off on my last podcast. See, this is where my bad memory comes really prominent. Is that the right word? So yeah. Also, I should probably point out, none of these are real, if you think we're a really weird family. This one's paper mache. This one is completely made out of metal. This is made out of Harris tweed. Metal, paper mache, metal, metal. And then I can't ever get this, right there, that's actually a unicorn. Let's see if I can show you. Unicorn! Whoa. So yeah, this is all my mum's wool, because I'm sitting in her room. Hi Mum. Where's my logo? So yeah, the something is for anyone that would like to receive a wee something in the post for free, for nothing. I don't want any postage money, I don't want anything, I just want to send something. And the reason I feel like I can now post this is because I finally posted the last one. So sorry, Mel, for taking so long to send that to you. It is officially in the post. It went in the post on Friday. I hope you get it really soon. Hopefully you've got this before you see this. But yeah, again, really sorry for taking so long to post that. That was like ridiculously long. It's been like 2 months now. So yeah, I'm going to put a wee post up on the Ravelry page, and this would probably be a good time to tell you where you can find it. So it is the Little Bee Ravelry group, or the Little Bee Podcast Ravelry group. So you need to be a member of the group. I can tell if you're not. It will come up and tell me if you are or are not a member within the group. So don't think you can be sneaky. So I'm going to put a thread up, and I'm going to put a prompt question, and I'm going to be giving away this. This is the My Mama Knits Cupcake Mega Sprinkles mini set. So for anyone that didn't get a chance to read that, this is the Shifunga. I can't pronounce that. The Shifunga base, which is Superwash Merino sock yarn, which is 75% merino, 25% nylon. There's 120 grams. So all these minis total 120 grams, which totals 510 meters. That is more than enough to make a shawl. More than enough. The colours that are included are marshmallow, vanilla, hazelnut, chocolate, cherry, strawberry, peach, lemon, lime, blueberry, violet, and blackberry. And there's a wee bit to go to My Mama Knits page. So it's on Etsy, and it's just etsy.com. No, My Mama Knits. See, there's 2 ways to do this. There's the long way, which is written out here, and then you can go to mymamaknits.etsy.com. So here's a wee look at all the colours again. The wee bit of glare is probably not going to help show off the colours, so I'll move it around a wee bit. So yeah, I purchased this from My Mama Knits. I was not given anything for free. I've purchased this from My Mama Knits, and I want to share this with you guys. So I'm going to put a post up on the Ravelry page, and you just have to follow the prompts that will be on the page for you to be in with a chance of winning this lovely giveaway. Okay? So jump over to the Ravelry page, which is again Little Bee Podcast, and find the thread that will contain this lovely giveaway. I look forward to actually seeing how many of you enter and who gets to win. I will draw the winner on the next podcast, and I can't promise when that will be. That could be 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. It could be 2 weeks time. Actually, it's not going to be 2 weeks time because I'm on holiday in 2 weeks. But yeah, it will be drawn when it's drawn. I know that, again, that's not exactly helpful, and it totally follows what John said about me being quite blunt, but this is my podcast and life tends to get in the way a lot, so I'll draw it when I draw it. And some yummy things to show off. I went along to the Mothy and the Squids, what do they call that, trunk show, which was held in the Yarn Cake in Glasgow, and to be perfectly honest, I spent more money than I should have. I spent way more money than I should have. But you know what? I don't care. I don't. Oh, sorry. I just found the other things I bought from my mama knits. I bought these. So this one is, what did we call this one? Sugar Skull. And this one is Will of the Wisp, which, for anyone that doesn't know, is totally taken from, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember. Totally missed my mind. But it's from a movie, and it's an awesome movie. It's based in Scotland, and the Will of the Wisp is like a wee. It looks like a blue ball of fire, and you basically follow them, and it's like the spirits and stuff kind of leading you on. So yeah, watch it if you can even think of the name of the movie, because I can't. And then I bought this. How amazing is this? This is like super awesome. It's so many neons, which are not coming up very well on my camera, but it's awesome. They're going to make fantastic socks because these will actually be socks and for me. And so yeah, I treated myself along with treating you guys, because that's how the world works. Okay, so back on track. So, two of these skeins my best friend bought me. Sorry, wool fumes everywhere. Oh, itchy nose. Two of these skeins my best friend bought me, but for the life of me I can't remember which two. I have a sneaky suspicion it was this one. Was it this one? And this one? Or was it this one? Or this one? You see my trend? Or this one? Or this one? Or this one? Or this one? I'm not even sorry. I'm not. I'm really not. So, itchy nose from the wool. No, I'm not allergic. I got this one, which is their, I can't read this, orange underwing. How pretty. I got this one, which is the flamboyant cuttlefish. Cuttlefish? Yes, cuttlefish. I've been eyeing this up on our website for so long now. Basically what it is every time I went on our website, I'd be like, right, we'll buy it at Perth. And then when I found out she had a trunk show, I was like, right, we'll definitely buy it at the trunk show and not online. So I've been saving up. So that's why I bought so many. And then we got this one, which is the Elephant Hawk Moth. Yeah, Elephant Hawk Moth, which is pinks and greens. I think this is the one Kirsty bought me, which I know is confusing because you must think I'm talking about myself in the third person, but Kirsty is my best friend. So I'm pretty sure that's one that Kirsty bought me. And then I think this one was also one of the ones she bought me. This is Common Octopus. This one is Ginger Tabby. So basically the trunk show was Gillian showing off her new line, which is cats, which I love. I can't get over them. Some of them are so pretty. Now, for anyone that, ow, sorry, getting comfy. For anyone that's new to the podcast, I have 3 cats. One is curled up beside me, one is curled up on a cat bed on the floor, and the other one's probably away terrorising my parents. So this is Tabby Cat. This is Industrial Accident. This one is Blue Raspberry, which Gillian was telling me is actually based on some sweets that she bought her kids, which is really cool. Sorry, I'm pure lining these up on my laptop. And then this is the last one. This is Rosy Maple Moth. How amazing is this? It's actually ridiculously amazing. That's how amazing it is. I don't have anything else to show. I think. No, that's it. I have one other thing I did buy from her. I bought myself a mini skein set. Now, from what I remember, no, I can't remember, but it's not written on the card. But all it is, it's still the 75% merino, 25% nylon. It is 4-ply still. But from what I remember, I'm pretty sure there was over 800 meters. So these are 20 gram skeins, like 20 gram mini skeins. So there's quite a lot of wool in this. 2 seconds. I'm back. Sorry, my mum came in. About a month ago, more than a month ago, I partook in the Fibershare. Sorry, I went really squeaky bit. Fibershare. And basically what it is you sign up and you can be assigned to anybody. So you can be assigned to someone in the world, like somewhere completely different in the world to you. Or you could be assigned to somebody within your own country. So if you're in the US, you can set up to, say, share with someone in the UK. But you have the choice to say, no, I don't want to pay international shipping, I just want somebody in the US. I signed up to be an international sharer, and I was paired with somebody in the US, and then somebody was paired with me that was in Canada. So I got my parcel, which came from Canada, and I was heavily spoiled. I don't have everything to show off, but I did bring in some of what I got. So you're meant to send a minimum of 100 grams of yarn. Or is it 200? I can't remember. But I got this. How amazing. Like, some of these colours are just phenomenal. Like, how amazing is that? So, I'll show these off one by one. There's that one. And the name of this one is Confetti, so it's on the back. And this is Artful, which is Belle, and it's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and it's 354 meters per 100 gram skein. It's so squishy, like so squishy. And look how different these are. Like this is still 100 grams, isn't it? Oh no, this is only 65 grams. So that's probably not the best one to show off. Okay, so look at that one. Look how squishy this one is. Like, they're both squishy. But in terms of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Maybe you understand just by me holding them up. So yeah, this is Yarn Ink, and it is Warp Speed, which I think is fantastic. For anyone that doesn't already realise, I'm a huge fan of Star Trek and Star Wars, and anything that has the word warp speed, all good with me. And then I did show this one off just a wee bit earlier. So this is 65 grams, made in Canada, and that's the label there. One last thing to show off, and that's this giant braid of fibre. I can't wait to spin this up. It's so soft. I've already kind of stuck my finger in at the top and given it a big squeeze. I don't want to rip the stickers. So yeah, this is House Merino Fibre, and it's from The Loop in Kensington, which is in Calgary. Cool. So yeah, that's all I really have to show off to you guys. That, and my mum is patiently waiting to get into her room, which means we're going to have to move the big guy. Soxy, time to wake up. We'll go back into my room. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. This has been episode 26. You can find me on Ravelry as Little-B, and by dash I mean that dash, not that dash, so dash B. You can go on to the Ravelry group, as I was saying earlier, which is the Little B podcast. You can find me on 2 places within Instagram. One of them is Little B Kirsty. The other one is Little B Accessories. The Little B Accessories page is more... it's meant to be more for like my knitting, my sewing and stuff, but to be fair, with everything that's been going on, I have not been posting. So you're more likely to get me on the Little B Kirsty page, which is everything and anything. I don't lie, it's got some selfies, it's got a lot of cat pictures, it has some knitting and some sewing, it's got some spinning, it's got some dyeing. Yeah, it's got a bit of everything. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic couple of weeks. I'm not sure when you'll next see me. I'm going on holiday on the 20th, taking Scott away for his birthday. I go back to work tomorrow. I've been off for getting my teeth out. So it's still really sore. I'm still recovering. It actually hurts to smile. It's like right up here. I got 2 teeth out here. So yeah. I'm not just blathering on for the sake of blathering on. So this podcast has been a wee bit longer than I was anticipating, so I hope you guys like, give me a wee thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Thank you to whoever has mentioned me recently and created a small influx of new subscribers. I don't know where you came from, but thank you very much. If that was you that may have mentioned my podcast, let me know, because I would like to thank you. So yeah, jump onto the Ravelry page to be in with a chance of winning some mini skeins from the wonderful My Mama Knits, and I will see you on my next podcast.